I'm Eden. This is my dad, Noah, and welcome to the Follow-Up Podcast. This week, we're having a big Sixers celebration. So, it's the first round of the Eastern Conference playoffs, so the NBA basketball. So, our Philadelphia 76ers faced one of their biggest rivals, the Boston Celtics. The Sixers are the 7th seed. Boston's the 2nd seed. Going into Game 5, the Sixers were losing 3-1. They came back. Going into Game 7, it was tied 3-3. Game 7 was last night, so Saturday night. It was a really close game. They were leading by a ton. Then it got really close, and they ended up winning 109-100.
Well, it was such an intense game from start to finish. Yeah. Jason Tatum didn't play. Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla decided to start a whole brand new starting lineup that had never played together before. Sixers star Joel Embiid came back in Game 4, and after having an appendectomy just a few weeks earlier, didn't really get into the flow, then was dominant in Game 5, dominant in Game 6, and dominant again in Game 7.
30-plus points, led in, I think it was like 4 games, he led in rebounds.
And assists. And the Sixers looked like the best team in basketball. Everything was working.
Yeah.
They looked great. Okay, Eastern Conference.
Conference.
I'm a big Sixers fan. You're a big Sixers fan because Mom and I are both in Philadelphia. The Celtics are a huge rival of the Sixers. I would say their biggest rival that goes all the way back to when I was a kid. And in the 80s, the Celtics were a dominant team with Larry Bird, McHale, Dennis Johnson, Robert Parrish. And the Sixers and Celtics met in the Eastern Conference Finals. They were two of the best teams in basketball for years. And for the Sixers to do what they did in Game 7 will be remembered in Philadelphia, even though it's just one playoff round, will be remembered in Philadelphia just like when the Sixers won just one game in the NBA Finals in 2001, when they won in LA and they beat the Lakers. The only time the Lakers lost that whole entire playoff run, when Iverson, the step over, and the Sixers won. That's what this series means. Yeah. And now here we go, Knicks.
Let me just give some context before.
Sure.
The Sixers had to play in what they call play-in game to even get to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. As the 7th seed, yes.
Yeah.
They had to beat the Magic, who just lost in Game 7 to
the
Pistons.
So it was like a long journey this year.
And now here we go, the Knicks. And we live in New York. You're surrounded by Knicks fans at school. You wore your Maxey jersey on Friday to school. Were your Knick fan friends rooting for the Sixers or the Celtics?
Oh, the Sixers.
So because they think the Sixers are an easier team to beat?
Yeah, they don't think the Sixers are any good.
Wow.
Which I think is a mistake.
Me too.
Yeah. They think the Celtics are some, magical team that they're so good and they're going to come destroy the Knicks.
Well, I would say that all the pressure is on the Knicks. Even though the Sixers look great, the Knicks having their best season in decades last year, fired their head coach after going to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Right. All the Knicks want is to get to the finals. So that's all the GM,
No, the owner said we have to win championships. So if they don't get to the finals, they don't win the East. It's a disappointment. And everything this year has worked out in the Knicks' favor.
Right.
Sixers injuries, Celtics injuries, and the Pistons struggling against the Magic. Everything has fallen into the Knicks' favor.
Yeah. And the Sixers, there's no pressure on them. No one thought they would beat the Celtics, and if they win, it's the biggest victory that would ever happen. But even just beating the Celtics was surprised everyone. It was wow, this is great, and we're fulfilled basically of wins for the year.
So Joel Embiid
we're good.
And everything rests on Joel Embiid's health. And Embiid is a 5-time All-NBA guy. I think he's 7 All-Stars. And he's played 10 years. He missed the first 2 years of his career due to injury.
Right.
He has never been past the second round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
And here he is again. And in this Celtics series, it was almost like Sixers fans, we had just kind of given up on Joel, that, okay, it's just, there's always something. We love the guy, but it's always something, just time to move on. and he just pulled us all back in
Yeah.
during this series, surrounded by guys that everybody loves in Edgecombe and Maxey, and then Paul George just all of a sudden became
Great
a
defense.
Sixer
Yeah.
in over the past week.
Like amazing defense, some good shots.
Big time shots
Yeah.
and great defense. So this year, so now we get Knicks Sixers again, a rematch of 2 years ago in 2024, round 1, Knicks won 4-2. But they hadn't played in the playoffs. When they played in 24, they hadn't played in the playoffs in...
Who, Sixers?
Sixers, Knicks hadn't played since 1989. So
Right.
it's not... Like, the Sixers and Knicks don't like each other,
No.
but this is not like Sixers-Celtics.
Correct.
It's different. You have some numbers, some historical numbers.
They played 39 times in the playoffs.
Right, but most of it is like 50s, 60s, 70s. Yeah.
The Sixers are pretty good, I think. Well, they won a lot, it seems. They're 23-16 all time. Sixers. The Sixers so they played 4 times this season against the Knicks. They won 2 out of those 4 times in New York, which means the Knicks won both times in Philly.
And that is a big question going into this game. Is, as Joel said, we cannot allow the Xfinity Mobile Arena, the Sixers Arena, to be Madison Square Garden East, because Knick fans buy up the tickets. And Joel said, don't sell your tickets. If you need the money, I got you. I could just see Joel handing out money to Sixers fans. And so I know the Sixers have geo-targeted where people are buying tickets from and saying that, oh, you're from outside the Philadelphia area, you can't buy the tickets. I don't know how legal that is, but that is what's happening. And we just can't allow it because Knicks fans will travel. Yeah. What do you think who's the most important player or what's the most important thing in this series?
I think we need to just keep Karl-Anthony Towns and Mitch Robinson need to get in some foul trouble.
In order to do that, you need what? A healthy Joel Embiid.
Oh, a healthy Joel Embiid,
okay. Yes. Or does that just go without saying?
Yes, that goes without saying.
All right. Number one thing is a healthy Joel Embiid.
Sorry,
so maybe like an 80% Joel Embiid because he's never 100%. So all right. So if Joel's healthy, Mitchell Robinson is a big boy, and Karl-Anthony Towns can do a lot against Joel, but those two have clashed over the years. So if he can get them in foul trouble,
great.
Right, because the Sixers, if not, Sixers get killed on the glass.
Yeah.
Especially the offensive glass.
I'm not Brunson. He's really good. He's
awesome.
A little worried about him, but I don't think he's our main issue.
Okay, so the Sixers will have to throw maybe Paul George at him.
Someone big.
Quentin Grimes, VJ Edgecombe.
Yeah.
Because there's not going to be Maxey on him. You're going to put Maxey on someone who might not score a lot. But they don't. The Knicks don't have. If Mitch Robinson isn't out there, they don't really have any non-shooters. That's why Mikal Bridges, who was awful until the final game in the Hawks series.
Yeah.
If he continues to be awful as a shooter, that's terrific. So then you can put maybe Embiid on him and let him shoot, or Maxey out there and let him shoot. And Josh Hart, that burned us before in the past. So it's gonna be a really tough series.
Yeah. OG Anunoby.
Yeah.
He's great.
He's awesome. They have really good big wings.
Yeah.
They do.
Considering the Celtics, which are they're still really good. They're just a smaller team, I would say.
Not as right. Big. And Tatum wasn't 100%. And you saw Tatum didn't play in Game 7. Sixers figured out Jaylen Brown and that whole push-off stuff. Yeah. Okay. Is it going to be tense in school?
Yeah. Well, the Knicks fans, I'm the only Sixers fan, pretty much.
And all your friends know that.
Yeah. Yep. All my friends will be talking about it.
So when they say, Eden, we're going to kill you, what are you going to say?
I was like, there's no pressure on the Sixers to win. You might win. I think we'll still win some games. It's not going to be a sweep.
Yeah, it's going to be. I would say if those friends came up to me and was like, "Hey, we're gonna destroy you," to say, "All right, let's just watch you play." I feel confident in the Sixers. Look what the Sixers just did to the Celtics.
Exactly.
Yeah, look what the Sixers just did. And this team is tight. They love each
Yeah.
other.
They have great energy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what do you think? What do you think it's gonna be?
I think the Sixers are going to win this series in 6 games.
Oh, okay. So in my fantasy land,
Mm-hmm.
I say Sixers in 7.
Okay.
In my reality, I say Knicks in 6. But I'm not. I'm gonna do like a second reality, and I'll also go Sixers in 6 because I want to put some good vibes out
You
there.
got to go with your heart a
Yeah.
little bit. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Okay. If we were talking about the fans before.
Yeah.
Now, it's often said that Philly fans are ruthless to visiting teams. If you were going to a game at the Garden
Yeah.
during the playoffs, would you wear your Maxey jersey or anything Sixers related?
Yes.
You would? You'd
Yeah, I
feel
would.
comfortable doing that?
Yeah.
So you'd be okay with maybe some aggressive or obnoxious Knicks fans?
Yeah. I don't care about Knicks fans.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so tomorrow night when we go to the game, you're gonna wear the Maxey jersey?
We're going to the
We're
game.
going to the game. Yep, we're going to the game.
Yes.
So you're gonna wear your Maxey
Yeah.
jersey?
Yeah.
All right, go Sixers.
Go Sixers.
Love you.
Love you.